So, you've booked the trip of a lifetime. A ship is about to take you to places most people only ever dream of seeing. Maybe the icy shores of Antarctica or the deep, lush mangroves of the tropics. But here's the reality check. While the ship actually gets you there, it's your packing list that absolutely dictates how you're going to experience those places. Because when that 6 a.m. wake-up call hits and you have to jump into a Zodiac before breakfast, having the right gear, that matters way, way more than having a fresh outfit for dinner.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to look at why expedition cruising is totally different, master the layering system, talk footwear, cover essential gear for remote travel, go over what to leave behind, and finally do the ultimate pre-trip check. It's going to eliminate all that pre-trip packing anxiety, I promise. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, expedition cruising is different. This is a completely new packing paradigm. Seriously, you have to completely shift your mindset here. The contrast is just day and night. On a traditional cruise, right, you're packing formal wear, you've got predictable sunny days on these massive floating resorts. But an expedition cruise, you might literally experience 4 different seasons in the exact same afternoon. You're going to be doing wet landings onto rocky beaches, bouncing around in open-air zodiacs, and the vibe on board is just so much more relaxed. So your packing has to be all about gearing up for active, unpredictable moments, not, stressing over a brand new dinner outfit for every single night. But wait, before you go throwing a bunch of activewear into your suitcase, remember that your destination dictates literally everything. If you're going polar, it's all about heavy insulation, hardcore waterproof outerwear, and serious wind protection. But if you're headed to Alaska or the Pacific Northwest, your best friends are dependable rain gear and versatile layers you can peel off. Warm weather and tropical trips, you're looking at lightweight sun protection, quick-drying clothes, and absolutely essential insect protection. Oh, and here is a crucial step. Do not skip this. Check what gear your cruise line actually provides. A lot of them supply these heavy waterproof parkas and expedition boots, which, trust me, saves you a massive amount of luggage space. Always check those pre-departure materials first. Moving on to Section 2, master the layering system. This is the exact science of staying comfortable. You know that big, bulky winter coat you love? Yeah, it's not going to work here. When the weather is shifting by the minute, you have to treat getting dressed like a precise 3-step science. Step 1 is your base layer. This goes right against your skin, and it absolutely must be merino wool or a high-quality synthetic to actively pull moisture away from your body. Step 2 is your mid-layer. This is your insulation. Think a cozy fleece, an insulated vest, or one of those ultra-packable puffer jackets. And finally, step 3, the outer layer. We aren't talking water-resistant here. It has to be a truly waterproof and windproof shell to completely block out sea spray and sideways rain. This 1-2-3 punch is a total game changer. It lets you adjust instantly when you go from a toasty ship lounge straight out into a freezing windy hike. Now, I need to give you a massive warning here. Avoid cotton for active shore excursions. I know cotton is super comfortable when you're just lounging around the ship, but out in the wild, it is your worst enemy. It holds onto sweat like a sponge and refuses to dry out, which will literally leave you freezing and chilled to the bone. When you're active, stick strictly to moisture-wicking materials. No exceptions. All right, Section 3, footwear for the elements. This is the absolute foundation of your expedition. Let's be real for a second. Footwear is probably the #1 way travelers ruin their own trips. It deserves your total attention. I actually love this quote from our source material. New boots can look promising at home and become a painful mistake by day 2. I mean, we've all been there, right? You buy some shiny new boots, toss them in the bag, and boom, day 2, your heels are destroyed by blisters. If you are bringing your own waterproof boots, you have got to break them in beforehand. Wear them to the grocery store, walk the dog in them. Just, don't wear out the tread before you even get on the ship. So to keep those feet happy, here is your exact footwear checklist. You need those waterproof boots with solid ankle support and grippy soles for navigating wet, slippery rocks. But you also need a pair of really comfortable walking shoes or sneakers just for roaming around the ship, plus some simple sandals or slip-ons for your cabin. Don't forget to pack several pairs of moisture-wicking socks and definitely make them thick ones if you're hitting the ice. Also, you'll see water shoes on this list, but you only need to pack those if your specific itinerary calls for warm beach landings or snorkeling. Otherwise, leave them. Let's pivot to Section 4, gear for remote travel. These are the small accessories and essentials that can literally make or break the trip. Expedition travel really rewards the folks who come prepared. So let's talk about protecting your exposed skin, your head, your hands, and your eyes.
If you're in a cold climate, a warm beanie that fully covers your ears and a good neck gaiter are just non-negotiable. You're also going to want waterproof gloves, but here is a major pro tip. Wear thin glove liners underneath them. That way, when you want to take a photo, you slip off the bulky outer glove, but your bare skin isn't suddenly exposed to freezing winds. It's brilliant. Also, polarized sunglasses with heavy UV protection are absolutely crucial to fight off the blinding glare from snow, ice, and water. Toss in some high SPF, reef-conscious sunscreen, SPF lip balm, and a solid sun hat with a chin strap, because trust me, you don't want it blowing off your head while you're zooming along in a Zodiac.
Next up is the essential gear that actually helps you experience the trip better. A pair of compact binoculars is a total must. Just make sure they're small enough to hold up on deck without your arms getting tired. You'll definitely want a little dry bag or a waterproof pouch to save your phone from rogue sea spray. If you're bringing a real camera, pack extra memory cards and spare batteries. And hey, listen to this. Cold temperatures will absolutely murder your battery life. So in polar regions, keep your phone and your spare batteries tucked into an inside pocket right against your body heat. Round all this out with a reliable charging bank, a universal adapter, a water-resistant day pack, and a reusable water bottle, and you are golden. Now, you have to remember, you are traveling to some of the most remote corners of the globe. Realizing you forgot a prescription out there? Yeah, not a good time. Always, always pack a personal medical kit right in your carry-on luggage. Bring motion sickness remedies, too. Even if you swear you never get seasick, unpredictable, rough waters can surprise the best of us. Also, for guests 55 and older, it's really highly recommended to chat with your doctor before you go. Discuss your activity levels and medication timing, especially if you're heading into rugged terrain or extreme cold. Which brings us to Section 5, what to leave behind. I call this addition by subtraction. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what happens when you look at your packed bag and ask yourself, what should I actually just leave behind? It is so incredibly tempting to pack for every single imaginary scenario and bring full duplicates of everything. But I really want to challenge you to ditch your normal vacation packing habits right here, right now. All right, here is your official do not pack list. First off, leave the formal clothing at home. Expedition ships are wonderfully, blissfully casual. Do not bring multiple pairs of bulky shoes that are just going to eat up half your suitcase. Leave the giant hair tools and heavy towels behind, too. The ship supplies all your linens and basic toiletries. Interestingly enough, you should also avoid packing camouflage clothing because it's actually restricted or considered culturally inappropriate in a lot of global destinations. And skip the drone unless you have explicit written permission from both the cruise line and the local authorities, because wildlife and safety regulations are super strict out there. Honestly, ship cabins can be pretty compact. Using the onboard laundry service halfway through your trip is a vastly smarter strategy than cluttering up your room with double the clothes. And finally, Section 6, the final check. This is all about setting off with total confidence. So, a few days before you leave, when everything is completely laid out on your bed, look at your gear and ask yourself this one incredibly powerful question. Can each item handle a real, actual moment on this itinerary? If a jacket keeps you dry, or a shirt keeps you protected from the jungle sun, it belongs in the bag. But if it doesn't serve a real, functional purpose for an active moment on your specific trip, leave it. Leave it behind. Save that space for souvenirs and just enjoy the absolute freedom of traveling lighter. And there you have it. But you know, packing is really just step one. The hardest part is actually picking the perfect expedition on the right ship at the exactly right time of year. And that is where David and Stacy Smith come in. They specialize in matching you with the perfect trip. Please don't sit there juggling 40 browser tabs trying to figure out polar routes and ship sizes on your own. Let the experts plan it, secure the insider pricing, and make sure you're perfectly prepared. So the final question I'll leave you with today is this. Now that you know exactly how to pack for the ends of the earth, which wild remote corner of the globe are you going to conquer first?